Record. Awesome. Okay. Well, hi, everybody. So welcome to day 2. Yes, you're almost done with day 2, huh? How are things going?
Good.
Pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
You're getting acclimated to where everything is a little, kind of. Yeah. Yeah. This building's really. It can be really kind of crazy to be able to find your way around. But that's okay. Next week you'll be pros by next week. My name is Jay, and I am going to be your sight singing teacher for the year. What can I say here? I'm from Michigan originally. I moved here, and I've been here. This is year 7 for me, teaching here at Ball State. My office is right across the way here, room 307. I've got a nice big brand new office. I also, in addition to sight singing, play for Ron's master class, and I play for Michael Elliott's master class. So if you're in Michael's master class, then I'm going to be your accompanist. I thought before we just we're not really going to do much today. We're not going to sing or do any of that sort of thing. But I thought, why don't we just go around, and I'm sure you've done this in every class, but since now all I have to get to know you is like, let me see, it's so hard for me to recognize like a name and a face. I'm so bad at it, and this is probably going to make it 10 times worse, but I will do my best. But I'm going to go down the list, and you just tell me who you are. How about what your preferred pronouns are? Mine are him, he, his. And also who your mentor is. You all have mentors, yes? I'd be curious just to know that. And then just something about you, like what, the town you're from, okay? Just because I don't know you at all. All right, so I'm going to start at the very top here. Madison. Yes? All the way in the back.
Yes.
All right, Matt.
My pronouns are she, her, hers,
Okay.
and I'm from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. You're a long way from home, huh?
Oh yeah, the weather is like way better here because it's like 100 degrees all the time. I
Well,
do
it's-
it all day, every day, burning.
It's pretty hot here. Oy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
ready
mean
for
like
some cool
it's
weather.
still pretty hot, but I mean if I could choose this over Texas weather, I'd choose it every single day.
Okay, good. And who's your mentor?
Betsy.
Betsy. Lovely. And whose master class are you in? I want to know that too. Beth? Beth Truitt. She and I are both cancers. Good. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Madison. Okay. Sarah Blackwell?
Hi.
Yes?
My pronouns are she, her, hers.
Uh-huh.
I am from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes?
My mentor is Anne Morgan, and I am also in Best Master Class.
Beth. Okay, we got 2 Beths. Okay. And you know my partner, John. You worked with John in Louisville, and then he said he worked with your mom in Stephen Foster's story? Cool. And are you Y-Pass then?
Yep.
So you know Julie Dingman, and we've got a lot of Louisville folks here. I lived in Louisville for 3 years and loved it. So I worked at a little independent bookstore, Carmichael's, and then I would music direct at they've got a wonderful community theater down there, and I did a bunch of shows, and it was really fun. And did you tell me who your mentor was?
Anna Claire Morgan.
Anna Claire, you did. And you're in Beth's. Cool. Annika?
It's Annika.
Annika, thank you.
Yes. My pronouns are she, her, hers.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Seattle, Washington,
Okay.
and my mentor is Easton,
Nice.
and I'm in Michael's class.
Oh, so I'll play for you.
Yes. I need to send you more of my music because I didn't.
Oh, you
send
did send me something though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, that's fun. Seattle.
Yeah.
In fact, when I worked down in Louisville, we did a book thing, and I flew out to Seattle, and we had a wonderful time. I went to a pinball machine museum. That was really fun.
Wow.
And it's all it is pinball machines from like the 50s through like right now. And you got a little wristband, and then you could play all the games. It was really fun.
That's awesome.
Okay, Anthony?
Here.
Yes?
Yeah, my name is Anthony. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
My preferred pronouns are he, him, or his.
Uh-huh.
My master class is with Michael Elliott.
Oh, so I'll play for you too.
Yes, and oh yes, my mentor is Christine Youngblood,
Nice.
and or what else is?
I guess that's it.
Okay.
Nice. So Anthony, okay.
Yes.
Cincinnati, okay.
Yeah.
Maya?
Hi.
Yes?
Yes, my pronouns are she, her, hers.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Los Angeles, California. Yes, far.
Oh, far.
My mentor is Phoebe, and then my voice masterclass is Michael.
Nice, okay, so we've got some Michaels in here that I'll be playing for. Nice, that's tomorrow, yes?
Yes.
And you know where?
No.
And for those of you, it's in AR 217. Do you know where that building is?
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of, my first day here, I remember, I had to play for a master class, and I had no idea. And one of the faculty members actually walked me over there, which I thought was so nice. It's a real pretty building.
Isn't it the one in the museum?
Yeah, huh? Yeah, it's the one in the museum. Yeah, I think it's called the Fine Arts Building too. I don't know why we call it AR, but it must be an initial for some arts. Arts. I don't know. I have no idea. Good. How many of you have already had master class then? You had it yesterday. How was it?
Nice.
Great.
Yeah?
They're so good.
Oh, people already sang? They sang
Yeah.
on day one? Cool. We had some. Ron had the first year sing, which was really fun. Nice. You'll
Really?
love master class. And you know, you get 10 minutes a week with your accompanist, yes? Which is really fun, really nice. And we can make recordings for you, play through whatever you need. So it's just, and it's every week. So it's just kind of a nice thing. And then you don't have to feel overwhelmed. How many of you are feeling overwhelmed? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. Normally, if you were here, just without the masks and without the pandemic, it would be a lot. It's overwhelming. I told somebody yesterday, I said, you were the top of the heap, 6 months ago. You were seniors, you just knew, you had learned all this stuff and you were finally, kind of had maybe a little swagger and you could, it's like, yeah, I know some stuff. And then you come here and it's like, oh yeah, now I know nothing and I'm at the bottom. But it'll get easier for you. And this is new for all of us. It's new for our grandparents and our parents and everybody on the planet right now is trying to figure out what this is, And I think we'll all look back, and I told all the folks last spring, because I was teaching sight singing and they're now the sophomores, and I said, we will never forget each other as long as we live, because this is so unusual, we'll just always, I just felt so bonded to them and so protective, because once we all were sent home, we'd all figure out how to keep teaching and what to do, and so I set up little just phone calls, and we did sight singing over the phone. It was really old-fashioned, but I thought, I don't need to see your face to sight sing. I certainly can't see your face right now, can I? So we'd do it over the phone, and I'd play the little things, and it seemed to work fine. So that was nice. And hopefully we won't, do that, or we'll do something else. But that's what we did. And but I always say next week you're going to feel so much better about things than And then the following week, it'll be fine. And always, you can ask any of us for help. So don't feel like you got to be real stoic and I can figure this out on my own. Don't. If you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to Michael, to Beth, to Jonna, to your mentor, to me, to whomever, and say, oh my gosh, I'm having a moment. Can we please talk about this, because this is really freaking me out. And then they'll explain it, hopefully calm me down, and then that'll be fine. But I think that's absolutely fine. We're all in here to help each other right now. So there's no reason to keep any of that bottled up, okay? That's as far as I'm concerned. Maddie she's going to be joining us a little later, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Adeline,
Right here.
did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, all right.
I'm from Dallas, Texas. My mentor is Lexi Angel,
Nice,
and I'm in Jody's masterclass.
good. Jody's on Wednesday too, right? So you've
Yes.
got tomorrow, okay, nice. So we have 2 Texas.
I'm from Texas too.
Oh, I just haven't gotten to you yet, okay. Nice, okay. Liana?
Here.
Liana or Liana?
Leanna.
Liana, thank you.
I'm from Noonan, Georgia. It's about 30 minutes south
What's the
of
name?
Atlanta. Noonan.
With an M, as in Mary?
No, an N.
Noonan,
Yeah.
got it, okay.
Yes. My preferred pronouns are she, her, hers.
Uh-huh.
My mentor is Betsy, and I'm in Jody's masterclass.
great. Oh, we've got a couple Betsy's?
Yeah.
She's busy. Okay. Jada?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
And I said that right, Jada?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm Jada. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm in Jonathan's masterclass.
Nice. I'm from Indianapolis too. I commute every day, so
Wow.
it's fun. I don't like it in the winter,
Yeah.
but
What side?
we just moved last year, so I'm 96th and Allisonville, like
Okay.
almost to the tippy top. So, yeah, Scandia Apartments. So I can just kind of hop right on the highway. It's nice. I was at 56th and Binford, so a little farther south. Braden, you're the only one in here I know.
Hello, I'm Braden. I am, my pronouns are he, him, his. Eamon Shiro is my mentor, and I'm in Ron's master class. And I'm from Columbia City, Indiana.
Columbia City. Where is Columbia City?
It's about an hour and a half that
That way.
Wait, I don't know which way.
North?
Listen,
We
I
don't
know.
know. It's not close. Okay, who's your mentor?
Oh, Shelby.
Shelby Brown. Nice. Good. Okay. Joelle?
Hi.
Did I guess? Joelle.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm Joelle Sokoloff. My preferred pronouns are she, her, hers.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Houston, Texas. And my voice coach is Jody, and my mentor is Amy Wolford.
Nice. Okay. You've got to be Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yes? Oh, boy.
My pronouns are he, him, his.
Uh-huh.
I am from Sacramento, California.
Okay.
My vocal coach is Michael Elliott,
Okay, another Michael. Yes.
and my mentor is Jaden Kenna.
Good. Nice. Okay. All right, let me see if, because I didn't write down at least 2 states here, so let me see if I can remember. It's going to take me, it won't take me all semester, but it'll, Madison, I'm going to say you're Madison. No? Yes?
Got it.
Okay, Madison. Are you Austin, Texas?
Yes, I
Okay, great. So you're Texas. Okay. Sarah Blackwell, yes, and you're Louisville. Annika. No.
Yes.
Yes, Annika. And Annika, don't tell me. Seattle.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to put CA. There's no Seattle, California. Anthony, you're Cincinnati, yes? Maya.
Yeah.
And Maya, oh shoot, you're not from Dallas.
No.
You're Los Angeles? No.
Mhm.
Yes? You're Los Angeles.
Yes.
All right. Adeline? No. Have I called it? Are you Adeline? Oh, boy, she was just giving me this. You weren't going to help me at all. All right, Adeline, you're from Dallas.
Yes.
Leanna. Shoot, oh, you just told me. We've got, no, you're not Texas. You're from, shoot, and it's not Chicago. Nobody's from Chicago. All right, tell me.
Newton, Georgia.
Oh, that's right, Georgia. Okay, good. And Jada, Indianapolis. If I remember that. Braden from Columbiaville? Columbia town?
City.
Columbia City. Is it really a city?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, okay.
It's really small.
And then Joelle, near Texas. And then Mitchell. Oh, come on. You're from California too? Are you Sacramento? Oh, okay. All right, I will be doing this every day, so just get ready, okay? I like it by memory. All right, well, welcome. So we are going to be doing sight singing. I used to teach this class at 9 and 10 in the morning, and they just changed it on me this semester because it conflicts with a ballet class. So I don't know what you'd prefer. We'll find out. I mean, I like 9 and 10, but it was awfully early, and you'd all be coming from Pitt. So you were awake, because you'd just, done a lot of fun things. But yeah, I don't know, it's like, this is like post-lunch. This could be, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if this is good or if we're just gonna be like, oh my God, that class. We'll see, I hope not. I'm gonna give you, this is our syllabus, okay? And I'm just gonna hand it to you. Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we're just gonna talk about it a little bit. And then I'm probably just gonna say when you're ready. So you've already had theory, and you've had piano, but you can't, we what? There's no piano lab until a couple weeks or something, is that right?
We started, but we're all in different groups.
Oh, you're all in
So it's
different groups.
like everyone has a different day.
Yeah.
You have a different day, but is that true? There's no piano until, like, that you can't have access to the rooms?
We
Oh.
started it.
Oh, you actually sat at the keyboards?
Yeah, you just have to clean them off and stuff.
Oh, great, then that's a change from Sunday. Perfect, that's great. That's good, because it's only one day a week, so it's kind of important, you know? So, okay, let's just go through this real quick. So again, my office is just right across the hall. It's right near the bathrooms. My phone, I don't know what my office phone is right now, because I just got a new office. So that's my cell. If you need to text me for any, you can, that's fine, you know, or call. But that's my cell phone. My email address is right there, I'm right in the system. Some of you have been communicating with me. Office hours, even though I guess I was told not to do this, but right now they're by appointment. So they kind of don't want us to actually have like one-on-one time with people, which is kind of funny because I'm one of the piano players, which means that's my job, is to actually meet one-on-one with students. So I've already kind of broken that protocol a little bit. So often with sight singing, and it's not the case with everybody, but sometimes there are folks who really struggle with it. Like maybe some of you who are just like phenomenal singers, but have never had any music theory, you know, that you can't read music yet, or sight singing is just difficult, you didn't have it at your high school or whatever. And so if you want extra time with me, whether that means in person, or that means we do it over Zoom, or we just come to some sort of understanding, I've done that every semester since I've been here, and I'm happy to do that for like 20 minutes. So we'll just see how it goes, you know, in terms of how we progress here. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I just really could use some extra help, then you reach out to me and we'll figure that out. But it's nothing that's going to be horribly scary, you know, we'll just figure it out and we'll get better together and I'll help as best I can, okay? This is the book we're using. I saw some of you have already gotten it. Mine is well loved and well worn. There's a lot of stuff in here. Not all of it we'll get to. There's also a lot of typos in here, but we'll get to those too. But we're going to be, sight singing is, we're clapping rhythms. We're like figuring out how to look at rhythms, rhythmic, patterns, and figuring out how to clap them and say them like when we clap them. So we're doing that, and then we're also singing like the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, like Maria on the Mountain with the kids. We're going to totally be doing that. And we'll also do some minor melodies too. We'll figure out how to sing natural, harmonic, and melodic minor. That'll come probably second semester. It won't come right away. And we'll try to get through the whole book. It's 30 chapters. I really haven't been able to get through the whole book in the last like 3 or 4 years. Don't you love it? My classes are totally fogging up. I don't know what to do about that. But I kind of can't see without them. So we'll get through as much of the book as we can. Now, in the past, we've had proficiency juries here, and those juries incorporate, there's a sight singing component and there's a piano component to the proficiency jury. Right now, because of all this craziness, we thought we're not going to do proficiency jury. First years never do them, so it's a thing you do sophomore or junior year. But we'll talk about that more later. But at this point, we're not doing proficiency juries. But you'll be prepared when we do get them and when you know when they are. And we'll talk more about that as we progress, okay? So this is the book, and we're just going to kind of work our way through it, and it's going to be really fun. I know you're like, sightseeing's not. To me, I think it's really fun, and we'll get to know each other. And my thing has always been, this is a completely safe place. It's a safe space, and everybody's going to be asked to sing or to clap a melody by themselves. because to me, that's the only way we can kind of figure out, what we're doing and how to learn. And I give you a little bit of time to look at the example before you have to do it, and then we all do it. But some of us, we may just have a bad day and just really struggle with something, and other times we'll get really good, but we're all just to support each other, and, we can applaud or do whatever we want, but it's just one of those things we're gonna do, and it kind of sucks, but I think it's good for our nerves, because you're all performers, so you all know what it's like to get up and audition in front of a group of people, so this is kind of more of that. So nothing to worry about right now, but normally what I like to do is I'm gonna write your name on poker chips, and so I'm gonna randomly, when we get there, so I'll say, okay, we're on page 62, and example number 3, and I'll just randomly call on you. Because I used to do, I'd go down the row, and then, if I was with you in the back, with Madison, yes, in the back, if Braden had example number 60, and you knew you were getting 61, all you were doing was kind of looking at it, and I thought, well, that's kind of defeating the purpose. So I do it, so that kind of keeps it random, which is kind of fun, because then we're all like, oh my gosh, please don't call me, this one looks really hard, okay? And as best as I'm able all through, we're gonna just keep reinforcing the theory, that you're learning. We're gonna talk about everything that you're learning in theory, especially key signatures, which can be really rough, just to be able to figure out. I mean, they're just a pain in the rear end, and they require memorization. And so we'll just talk about those things too, We're gonna be singing in both clefs, bass clef and treble, and that can be hard. When I was your age, I played trombone, and then I taught myself how to play piano. I didn't have a teacher at first. And my dad's he's retired now, but he was a minister, so I was a minister's son. And so I took our hymnal, and I would sit it, and I knew how to read bass clef because I played trombone, but I didn't know how to read treble. But I knew how the melodies of those tunes went, because there's some of them, I picked the ones I knew. So I kind of figured out how to do it. So there's benefit for all of us to be able to sing in both clefs. Just to be able to read, especially because you're also taking piano, so you'll have to read, bass clef. Okay, so course objectives, it's just kind of what I said, read music outside, identify and label notes, and all that stuff that you're doing in theory, it's all this stuff we're going to be doing in here. Page 2, attendance, this has changed a little bit. So normally in here, with all of your classes, like theory meets 3 times a week, you are able to miss a week's worth of your class before it counts against you. So in the case of, say, music theory, it meets Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you could miss 3 class periods that semester without any sort of penalty. The university feels anytime you miss more than what would constitute a week's worth, that's why piano is so important. You only meet once a week. So they think it's really important that if you miss more than that, then it kind of gets hard to catch up, and they start questioning whether or not you've whatever. So with all of these things, you come to me and you say, oh my gosh, or there are extenuating circumstances, like there might be a death in the family or whatever. But with what we're all dealing with right now, the big unknown is, this is where there was wood at some point. One of us, God forbid, could get sick, or our roommate might be sick, or somebody that we had computer class with was sick, and we're either sick or not sick, but have to quarantine and be away from the class. Whatever. There's certain. That's a whole variable that we just don't know right now. If I know that you're off quarantining, or you're sick, or whatever, I'm going to videotape these things and put them on Canvas so you can always watch, so you feel like at least there's something there that I can do, okay? These COVID absences, be it contact tracing or be it I'm just sick, are all excused, obviously. We're not counting those against you. Hopefully, these will be quick recoveries, and if they were to happen, we'd be fine, and maybe after a couple of weeks we'd be able to come back. I don't think that is going to be a huge detriment. If it becomes just a huge amount of time, then we would have to look at that and say, okay, can we look at this as you successfully learned enough of the weapon, which it's totally not your fault at all. But that might be one of those things that we just have to look at. At this point, I don't want to put any, I hate these things because they always fall off my nose. I don't want to put that energy out there. I think we're all being really smart. And hopefully this will be fine and not be an issue. And that's the energy I'm choosing to put out there. What I will say, and I'm kind of glad that this is forcing us to just be extra careful with washing our hands and taking care of ourselves. There are a lot of you from out of state, and I find a lot of the first years who come from somewhere other than Muncie or central Indiana, they just get that Muncie crud. You know, once the weather starts getting cooler in the fall, they just get sick, and it's not flu, it's just like the cold or it's allergies, or there's something about Muncie, I don't know what it is. So just know that, you know, once we kind of get into the swing of things, you know, we may get that, you know, little bit of a bug. So do what you can to just make sure you're eating, you know, you're drinking plenty of water. Don't leave the house, especially once it gets colder. Don't leave your dorm with wet hair if you can help it. You know, any of those little things, just to make sure I'm staying as healthy as I can, okay? And with all of this, just communicate with me, communicate with your teachers, with your voice teacher, with Michael Elliott, or whomever you feel you need to, just to say, oh my gosh, this just came up, and I can't come to class because my roommate, whatever it is, just, this is going to be all about just communication with each other, and reach out to me, and don't feel at all, you know, afraid to reach out to me or any of your professors. We are all here to help you and to make sure this is as successful a semester as we can do, right? Okay? My expectations in the class, obviously, you have to wear your mask. So you have to wear your mask at the beginning of every class. I will hand these off, which is what they suggest. I don't know if Rob did that or if he had already cleaned the room, but they kind of would like us to put that in your hands so that if I were to clean it, you might feel that maybe I didn't do a very good job, or you weren't here to see me do it. So you'll do it, and then just throw them out, and then we'll be fine, okay? No phones. We won't need the cell phone. Usually this isn't an issue, but sometimes it's just so easy to get that phone out, you know, just because we're so hardwired to just be looking at it. And it buzzes. I just recently I used to have those little flip phony things, which I loved because all I could do was text. And now this thing, it like makes little blurps and beeps and it buzzes and they all mean something. And it's so distracting. Like I play this word feud with my father, and that's its own blip versus a text versus some, I mean, it's crazy. And I love them, but they're also, so this room, think of this, it's like one room schoolhouse time, you know? This is just, it's real simple. All we're gonna need is our books. And that's really it. And you know, pen and paper, or a pencil and paper if you want. I do think that's kind of important in that. Okay? And participation, like I said, everybody will be participating. It's just how it works, okay? And there's nothing unfair, and I will never be unkind to you if you have just some sort of spectacular failure. It's like, as if I don't, I will be the first to tell you, and I play for your master classes for Ron and Michael, you will hear me mess up. I mess up all the time. And I usually say shit. If I'm in my office and I will just say shit when I mess up. So we all do it. There's no such thing as perfect. We're just trying to get better at being able to read, you know, on site. But if you were to screw up a melody like that, you know, you got something wrong, what would you do? You'd practice it. The second time, you'd be much better. The third, you know, that obviously. So this is a little unfair to ask you to do this, but nevertheless, it's kind of what we're doing. But we're not going to be hard on ourselves, and we're not going to be hard on each other. Okay? So yeah, we all have to participate. Punctuality, we'll do our best. If it's for some reason, if there's that dance class and it takes forever to get here, just get here as soon as we can. Okay? Judgment-free zone. I mentioned all of that. Testing and grading. So we'll probably have 4 tests and a final this semester. So what we do is we work our way through the chapters, and when I feel like we've got a really good group of chapters under ourselves, like the beginning will be a little different because I'm not going to grade you, but usually we'll have about 3 chapters worth of material, okay? And then when we have those, I'll say, great, it's time for a quiz. And if test freaks you out, call them quizzes. I don't care. But it's the same thing. So, and I don't know how we'll do it now. In the past, I've had people come to my office one at a time, or we've come to the class one at a time. We'll probably do the class. We'll say this is where we're going to do our quizzes. Number one, it's where you've practiced, so you're gonna feel comfortable in here rather than going to my scary office. So, and I'll just call you in one at a time, and probably because of this, I will randomly